Hey, I'm Andrew Gash for Audioholics. Can you buy a $2,000 processor for just $700? Well, Emotiva is betting that you can. Their new UMC-1 7.1 processor combines some of the more advanced AV processing that you'll find into a package that's hard to beat. Let's start with the hardware. First of all, the UMC-1 utilizes Emotiva's signature aluminum faceplate design and LED backlit controls to give it a warm, minimalistic look. They're going for audiophile appeal here, and I think that they nailed it. In fact, the UMC-1 looks like the love-child offspring of a McIntosh and Anthem processor. I'm just saying. On the back, we have 5 HDMI inputs, 3 component inputs, and 3 composite S-video inputs. That's enough to handle 11 video sources, and that's not including the integrated tuner or any dedicated audio sources like CD or aux. Now, as far as connectivity to an amplifier, the UMC-1 has unbalanced 7.1 analog outputs, and it even has a balanced subwoofer output. Now, something else that makes this more of an audiophile system is the fact that it does not have any provision for serial or network controls, so it's not really designed or suited for whole home integration systems. Now, as far as what's inside the box, well, there's a lot. For video processing, you have the Genesis Torino chip with the Ferrugia DCDI. And you also have full color overlays on top of any video source via HDMI. There's even automatic setup and EQ via the EmoQ and the included microphone. Bass management is pretty sophisticated, and of course it allows you to set different crossover points and also slopes for the different speaker groups, main, center, and surround. Now, as far as the remote is concerned, well, it is totally audiophile, which is to say that it's big, clunky, and you can't even hold it in your hand. I mean, seriously, anybody who buys this, let's face it, Emotiva hates you. Like, they really do, they hate you. Okay, maybe not really, but why else would they send their engineers back to 1985 just to give you a remote that's so clunky that you can't even use it? Fortunately, nobody actually buys these processors for the remotes, and so here's what we recommend. Get yourself a universal remote, like the RF20 we reviewed earlier, right? And put this piece of aluminum nicely on top of your processor for everybody to ooh and awe at, because you're not actually going to get any use out of it. And in fact, the only thing we really like about it was the tuner section and trim controls. But having to open it up with a screwdriver just to change the non-standard in batteries, not so much. Now, what does this thing not do? Well, it doesn't do 3D processing, but if you're as excited about 3D as we are, well, then you'll realize that this issue is really just not that important. But as far as everything else, look, this processor is something that does everything that you need and nothing that you don't. And for all its capabilities, it actually is quite simple and easy to use and operate. And I think that it is that simplicity that endears it to those looking for a more audiophile approach to home theater. You've got surround sound and video, and a product that will do equally well with just 2-channel stereo. This is a very compelling buy from a company that has been producing value-priced products that consistently seem to outdo their higher-priced counterparts. You owe it to yourself to check out the UMC-1, especially considering that they even give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you pair this with one of Emotiva's hefty multi-channel amps, well, then you've got a separate solution that will have more power in it than one of your flagship AV receivers, and for much less.